Good morning, children. We have already studied about the inside the earth or the interior part of the earth. So today we studied about the three types of rocks and minerals, and there are three types of rocks. Already we have studied about the first one, three major types of rocks, igneous rocks. Today we are going to discuss about the second one and third one, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks. Let's see what is sedimentary rocks and what are the metamorphic rocks. Here we know that rocks are formed into soil. Okay, soil is formed from the rocks. Rocks are weathered or broken into pieces and powdered. Then soil is formed. Okay, so rocks, we know that it always, the stones or rocks always rolling down from the mountainous regions. Sometimes they may crack, break, and they hit each other also. So then what happens, it will be broken into small fragments or small pieces. The large pieces of rocks break into small pieces or small fragments. So these small particles are called sediments. When the large stones or rocks are broken into small pieces, they are called sediments. So these sediments are also transported and deposited by wind or water, etc. We know that the sediments which is broken from the large parts of rocks are deposited or they are transported from one place. From the higher regions it is transported to the lower regions. We know that by the wind it can blow, wind can be blown, and also by river water or during the rainy season also. These sediments are brought downwards, down the mountains, so that these loose sediments will be deposited when the flow of water becomes slower. It will be deposited, it will be settled in any region. So these types of rocks are the sediments are called sedimentary rocks. We can find the small pieces of rocks are called the sedimentary rocks, which means the rocks which is obtained from the or formed from the sediments are called sedimentary rocks. We can say examples as sandstone made from the grains of sand. That is one example of sedimentary rocks. These rocks may also contain fossils of plants. So sedimentary rocks can contain the fossils of plants and animals or other microorganisms once lived on the earth. So this region, in the sedimentary rocks, we can find the fossils of plants and animals and microorganisms, etc. So how the igneous rocks are formed, we have studied. Igneous and sedimentary rocks can be changed into metamorphic rocks also. How it can, under great heat and pressure, and when the sedimentary rocks and igneous rocks are exposed to heat and pressure, then it will be changing into metamorphic rocks also. For example, clay changes into slate and limestone into marble. We have studied, these are the examples of igneous and sedimentary rocks. They can be changed into the clay means wet soil. It can be changed into slate, and the limestone can be changed into marble also again. So it is the continuous process. One form of the rock can be changed into another form of the rock. Again, in a cyclic form it occurs. Now we will study what are the uses of rocks. We know that we use rocks in different purposes. The hard rocks are used for making rods, for laying rods, houses and buildings are the different purposes we are using the rocks. Also we know that you people, you are keeping the rocks or small pieces of stones one upon another and play some sort of games also. 7 stones, 5 stones, 6 stones, or like that, arranging the stones also you use for playing. So major uses are for laying the rods and building houses and constructions, etc. So one type of rocks can change into another type under certain conditions in a cyclic manner. We have already studied igneous and sedimentary rocks can be formed into metamorphic rocks. Again, this can be changed into the metamorphic rock can be changed into igneous or the sedimentary rocks also. So this process is a transformation of rock from one form to the another rock is called another form is called rock cycle. That means the rocks from one form to the another form in a cyclic manner continuously occurring. So this is called a rock cycle. So we have already learned that molten magma, okay, which cools down, it solidifies and become igneous rocks. Molten magma becomes cooler and then it becomes solid, then it is called the it becomes the igneous rocks. So these igneous rocks are broken into small particles, again they are transported and deposited as a sedimentary form, or it becomes a sedimentary rocks. Igneous rocks are again transported and deposited in particular area, then it is called the sedimentary rocks. So when the igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to heat and pressure, again it becomes the metamorphic rocks. So this form one form of rock is again continuously changing into other form. So the molten magma again can cools down and it can become solid and becomes the igneous rocks. So continuously this process occurring, and sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks again it becomes igneous rocks. So continuous process so it is occurring. So different types of minerals are found in the rocks. We have already studied minerals are found in the rocks. So minerals are naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and definite chemical composition also. Some proper physical properties and chemical compositions are available in the minerals. So minerals we use for many purposes. It is very useful for the humankind. We use as fuels. Fuel minerals are there. Fuel minerals like coal, natural gas and petroleum are used as fuels also, okay, and also used in industrial purposes. Iron and aluminum, gold, uranium, etc. These are used in the industrial purposes. Even our kitchen utensils or kitchen vessels are also made of aluminum, steel, etc., copper. All these are used in industrial purpose also. Some of the minerals are needed for making medicine and fertilizers also. And minerals are useful for making fertilizers in order to enhance agriculture, and medicines are also obtained from the minerals.